People might be like, yo, you want to do it belajar engineering, last class you kerja kat Starbucks. But if I was that person, I'd say, hey, you know what? You can learn a lot from Starbucks. There was a huge article that came out 3 years ago. Over 20,000 graduates that did medical and nursing and whatnot, they couldn't get a job in the private sector because they couldn't speak English. I mean, it's just a real problem. And you're talking about high-paying, potentially high-paying job. There's nothing wrong with learning English or even Mandarin, you know, I mean, or Chinese, whatever, right? Because China is a booming market. I know a lot of friends who speak Chinese who are now reaping the benefit of doing business in China with the Chinese just because they can speak really well. Learning new languages is a plus point for sure. For fresh graduates, it'd be a great way for them to get exposure if they work at a startup company. I have a startup myself. We're very relaxed, but we try new things. Big companies, there's always protocols and bureaucracy, so they might not be familiar with such a rigid environment. So I would tell all students, all fresh grads now, to try and enter the startup industry and work there for maybe a year or two, learn new things, and then maybe jump into a bigger company. Because they spend bertahun-tahun untuk nak belajar a certain course, a certain degree. So that's why I guess they're choosy. Sometimes it's not even them. I spoke to a lot of graduates where the pressure is from the family, parents, and cousins. They compare themselves. So when they do like engineering, they have to work at Petronas or something, or something close. If they do something different, it would hurt their ego, or people might be like, yo, you want to do it belajar engineering, last class you kerja kat Starbucks. But if I was that person, I'd say, hey, you know what? You can learn a lot from Starbucks. Even the experiences working at Starbucks, you can get the skills to become a better worker when you become like a engineer, for example. Ada satu zaman where semua orang pergi MMU. There's this one era, I think 1998 or 2000 plus. Everyone went to MMU because they thought that, in a few years, the IT sector there'll be high demand in IT graduates. But then we all know how that turned out, where they didn't have the proper skills, and IT grows too fast. IT moves on too fast, right? The language that they were learning to code now is irrelevant. Not say it's irrelevant, but most hardcore coders, like who does apps now, they learn Ruby Rails, Elixir, and people that learn at MMU, they were on PHP, Java. That's as high as they go, right? So it's a mix. Sometimes the education system did not prepare the students to be ready for the current demand in jobs. And the other side of it is students should not be so choosy and just go out there, work for a year or two just to get exposure in being in a working environment. Because of the internet, the world is becoming a lot bigger. So our view on life or work and whatnot should be a lot bigger as well. If someone says you're not good, you just say, man, alhamdulillah, at least I'm trying. I mean, the thing is, you just have to try. You jump in the pool, you jump in the deep end of the pool, you might drown a bit, or you might not know how to swim, and you might not be great at it, but I guarantee you'll improve over time. So you got better and better and better. And that's life, you know what I mean? I mean, before they made iPhone 10, they had to make iPhone 1. Before they had to make iPhone 10, they had to make iPhone 3. Before they made iPhone 10, they had to make iPhone 3G. It's just part of growth, you know what I mean? You never become the best at anything, you just sort of improve over time. I think fresh graduates, they don't realize that life is a growing process. And you're never the best at anything, really. You're good at something, and you're meant to improve. The risk is not becoming the best or whatnot, the risk is where you become complacent. You're too comfortable that you never improve, and that's when you end up falling behind. The harder things you go through, the stronger you become.